How's everybody doing today? My name's Tara, this is Sheldon, and you're watching day 27 of Horrorween, and we're going to talk about Day Shift. I haven't heard much about this one. I do believe the only person I seen talk about this movie was Jack and Josh, and I do believe they loved it as much as we did. This is not a straight up horror movie. This is, in my opinion, this is a 2000 action comedy with vampires.
Yeah.
This, I don't know, you have like flavors of like Rush Hour and Bad Boys and stuff, but also like Blade and even some Evil Dead, and it's fun, okay? This movie's a hell of a lot of fun. Don't think too much about it, because it's not that kind of movie.
Just throw it at the door.
Yeah, this is not your... This is not elevated horror. This is not Hereditary. This is not some, like, fancy vampire movie. This is a vampire movie about a guy who's down on his luck, his wife is leaving him, and he needs to get money, and he does this by hunting vampires, because he's a vampire hunter. He's played by Jamie Foxx. This is Jamie Foxx, okay? So, you know we're getting into, like, comedy-ish, like, places.
Yeah,
and Jamie Foxx can play that character of kind of a bit of an asshole, but still really charming and funny.
Jamie Foxx reminds me of, like, Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, you know what I was getting from him with this, like, British assholishness that, is still kind of charming. And now it's gone. Die Hard. Bruce Willis.
Oh, Bruce Willis. Oh, yeah.
It's like, you know, he knows he's doing asshole things. He's like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have said that. Like, you know. So the premise is, Jamie Foxx is a vampire hunter. He was part of this vampire hunting union, which we'll get back to. And he's gotten kicked out several times because, you know, he's the stone cold of the vampire, the vampire union.
Like, he doesn't follow...
He's the anti-hero. He doesn't follow the rules. He does things his own way. So, but... because he's not part of the union, the vampires he kills, because he kills vampires, and you get their fangs, and you take their fangs and trade them in for money. Right?
Basically, yeah.
That's how it works. But because he's not part of the union, he can't get top dollar anymore. He's basically, it's kind of like the underground vampire hunters.
Yeah, basically.
Who is, I don't know if it's led by, but the guy he goes to runs like a pawn shop, and what is that actor's name?
Oh my god, I gotta forgot.
He was in American Gods. Peter. It starts with an S.
Peter, Storm.
Oh yeah, he's Russian. Like well, I don't know if he's Russian, but the character is Russian.
Yeah.
It's like Peter Strombo or
something like that.
Something like that.
Stormale or something.
Stormale. I can't say.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's not hard to pronounce.
Names are bad for me, okay? But that guy, he was in American Gods. I liked him in American Gods. He was hilarious. But Storm, I can't see. It's gonna bother me. But anyway, we're trying to move on. He goes to him. He doesn't pay as well as the union, and now his wife is gonna take his kid and move away because they can't afford tuition. They can't afford like her dental bills and stuff. She needs to move somewhere where she has a more stable life. The little girl.
Yeah.
Little girl don't give a fuck. Little girl loves like living with her dad, and that her dad's like this big weirdo. They don't know he's a vampire hunter either.
No.
Yeah. So he manages to weasel his way back into the union and ends up getting a partner, like someone to go with him to try and keep him following the rules, when really he's there to catch him breaking the rules so that he can get kicked out because the head of the union doesn't like him. This guy's played by Dave Franco. James Franco's
brother.
James Franco's brother. He's funny.
Yeah.
He is so funny in this. He gave me Hellboy feels of, remember the guy in the first Hellboy that's there?
Yes, I remember that.
To accompany Hellboy on his, like, adventures.
Basically, Hellboy got in trouble.
He had to have, like, a little shadower. He reminded me of him. His main reason for being in the beginning of the movie is the exposition dump.
Yeah.
He basically is explaining to Jamie Foxx that this is the procedures, this is how we're supposed to do things, but really he's explaining it to us in the audience. But they work it in really well, like the exposition dump. Also, in this world, there are multiple breeds of vampires.
Yeah, there's not just like one breed.
Yeah, there's like Eastern vampires, Western vampires. I think he had called some spiders and stuff. I believe the spider ones are the contortionist ones.
Yes.
Because some of them are bendy motherfuckers. Oh my god, it's so funny. The guy that gets him back in the Union was the reason why I watched this movie in the first place. Because it looked like a fun movie watching the trailer. And then Snoop Dogg shows up.
Yeah.
In a fucking cowboy hat. And it's amazing.
And when he walks out, it's just...
Yeah, and he's supposedly, like, the best vampire hunter. Like, he's the Union's favorite. And he really has a soft spot for Jamie Foxx's character. And he gets him back in the Union. And it's so great. He shows up again later, but I'm not going to spoil that part. Because that part is amazing. Because he shows up with a weapon, and I'm not even, like, you have to watch it. I'm not spoiling that. I don't want to spoil too much about this. Another thing, too, is that the vampire hunters take on these jobs that are like blue-collar jobs. So Jamie Foxx is a pool boy.
Yes.
There's another group that they fight a few vampires with later on. They're electricians. So it's these jobs that will get you easily into people's homes. So that's how they get into the houses of the vampires.
They're basically undercover vampires, really.
Undercover vampire hunters.
Oh, yes. Undercover.
And the vampires in this remind me a lot of... did you see Vampires versus the Bronx, or the Bronx versus Vampires?
No.
We're watching that. You'll love it. It's almost like a gentrification type thing. The white, classy vampires, like the conservative vampires, I don't know what you would call them. They're coming in and trying to take out all the different types of vampires, and she wants to control them all because she's developing a sunscreen so that the vampires can be out in the daytime more often. Which brings us to why it's called day shift, because the vampires are worth money. So there's two shifts. There's the night shift and the day shift. But who would make more money? The night shift crowd.
Yeah.
Because there's more vampires at night.
Yeah.
But Jamie Foxx ends up on the day shift because the leader of the Union don't like him, so they put him on day shift.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to work the day shift. So it's really fun. It is such a fun movie.
We were expecting to watch it and it was fun, but it is a lot more fun.
The fight sequences are so great.
Yeah.
Don't think about it too much. It's mostly just digital effects and wire fu. Like, it's great. And they have these contortionists playing some of the vampires, so some of the kills are real cool, where they're all like bendy and stuff. There's something that happens to his partner that I'm not going to mention either, but it turns out good in a way. It's great. I really like this. I mean, this really felt like early 2000s, down to the fact that the sidekick, the nerdy sidekick, his phone rings, and isn't it, look at this photograph, or something like that. It's a Nickelback song, and I'm like, yeah.
Wasn't that his ringtone?
Yeah, that was his ringtone. His phone rings, and it was a Nickelback song.
And he's like...
And he just picks it up, and it's the Union guy. Like, that's just his ringtone. Don't choke. We're not supposed to choke. No. There's a movie that I thought of so many times, and it was a Martin Lawrence movie, and I can't remember the name of it. But it was another cop movie. It reminded me of that, too. It reminds me of Hellboy a lot.
Yeah. Which
is really cool.
Got a bit of Bad Boys feeling, too.
Bad Boys, yeah. And even like Rush Hour. Mm-hmm. Rush Hour feels like Rush Hour. I just kept thinking about Snoop Dogg. Like, why? Why Snoop Dogg? But why not?
Like, you can't go without Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. And I'm trying to think of what else I can say without spoiling it. But if you like that kind of movie that's just... like, even John Wickish. The fight sequences were very John Wick. And I think somebody mentioned that some of the people worked on John Wick. Some of the coordinators or something. They got these weird, like, guns and stuff. It's great. It's a whole world. And I really would like sequels.
Yeah.
I would like sequels to this, and I would like different monsters. I would like this to not just be a vampire movie. I would like this to be a, like, maybe the next one he's in Florida somewhere. They sent him to the Florida chapter because Florida is overrun with werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
Or...
It would be cool.
I don't even care if aliens show up. I just want to see Jamie Foxx fighting a bunch of monsters. This is a really stupid movie, and it's the best kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else to say. I really think you should watch this if you like comedy movies.
We can't say anymore when I spoil it.
No, I don't want to spoil it. I'm like stumbling over our words because I don't want to spoil it. It's on Netflix, so it's harmless to watch. It's on Netflix. If you don't like it, well, that's not your taste. That's fine. This is right up my alley for like a popcorn movie. Just sit down with your best friend and probably have a drink or smoke a bowl. That's what we did. And just laugh at this ridiculous comedy action vampire movie. So I think that's all we have to say about this one. That's all we have to say about it, yep. So we'll see you tomorrow, which is day 28.
That's Slayers, isn't it?
And that will be... No. Yes, Slayers. Maybe. Yes.
Anyways, it's going to be day 28 tomorrow.
I forgot our list. Day 28 tomorrow. I think we're watching Slayers, which is another vampire hunter movie that stars... the guy from The Mist.
Oh, forgets his name. Something Thomas something or
Thomas Jane.
I think so.
I think. I really like this actor. I'm bad with names. Really bad.
Same one as played Punisher, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he plays Punisher in one of the movies, yeah, or the TV show or something. He plays Punisher at one point, but yeah, it's a vampire movie where he's the vampire hunter who's done with life. He's just done with this shit, and a bunch of influencers, by the looks of it, we haven't watched it yet, but like a bunch of influencers go to this town and they're being attacked, but yeah, he has to save them. Maybe, I don't know. We're gonna find that out when we watch that tonight. But we will see you tomorrow for that one. Bye.
Bye.